Bonjour, this is Sandy Leveque. Comment ça va? My inspirACTION here, and a very cheesy video title, I know. But if you've clicked to watch this, I have a suspicion there's a very good reason for that. So stick around and listen to what I have to say, because it's been on my mind a lot and I knew this video wanted to be made. So, have you ever connected to your soul? What does that mean? Well, good question. I've first connected to my soul when I was about 19, and when you're connected to your soul, it changes everything, and it's really hard to describe how it even happens or what it feels like. But I see so many people around us who don't seem to be that connected to their soul that it makes me a bit sad sometimes, which is why I wanted to make this video, because I haven't always been connected to my soul. And in fact, I've had periods of time where I've lost that connection, and quite recently. So this is what I want to tell you about, so it helps you to understand what I'm talking about. So when I was 19, I had spent most of my teenage years until that point being interested in fashion, going out with my friends, listening to MTV, watching Jerry Springer. And I went to university, and suddenly I had no friends, loads of spare time, and I had a real chance to think about what I wanted to do. And I decided to do some campaigning and volunteering work. So I volunteered for a women's rights organization, I did student journalism, and I started to go to meetings and events about fair trade and blah blah blah. You don't need to know the whole thing, but the important thing that you do need to know is that suddenly it felt like this, like something was waking up inside me, like really deep inside me, that I didn't even know was there before. Like literally like a candle being lit up. And I felt really good. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. Like, I just felt really good about myself because I was doing those things, because I enjoyed doing them. And, you know, I went to see Nelson Mandela talk in Trafalgar Square in central London, and I woke up, my soul was literally like, I woke up almost with tears of joy. It's really strange, but so happy that I was going to see this man who'd inspired me so much. And you know, that feeling increased. I ended up being a lobbyist, and then I became very ill. And you're going to understand why I'm telling you this story in a second. I became very ill, and I had to rethink everything, and I walked away from all of that and became a Zumba teacher. And this is where it gets interesting, because I just realized recently that what happened then is that my connection died in a way, or it got much fainter. Like, it really did. And I didn't even notice it was happening, because I was still doing things that inspired me. And I'm not saying it's Zumba's fault, but I think we're all kind of wired a certain way, and we all have our own thing that makes us tick. And that feeling that had come alive in me when I was doing the activism seemed to just fade away. And it came back 3 weeks ago, you know, nearly four and a half years later. So it just really made me realize how much better things are when you're connected to it. And maybe you're wondering what made it come back. Well, I'm not quite sure exactly. I had been asking myself a lot of questions, like, what do I really want to do in the world? You know, why am I here? And how can I connect that to what I'm doing right now, which is, you know, working on the internet? And all of a sudden I did a training, a hangout of all things, and I had this huge epiphany halfway through it, that what I love most is helping people to make a change, and to have a different way of life, you know, whether that's because they've always been passionate about women's rights and suddenly they can be an activist and actually start changing things, changing the law, or whether it's helping them understand that they don't have to do a job and live in a way that they don't like. They can work from wherever they like with the internet. And that's just the details. It's not really the important part. But this light just lit up in me again, and it's so amazing. I felt different ever since, and something else happened which made it even stronger. Like, I read this passage which you should read. I shall put a link here. I made a whole episode about that. But that passage made it even more alive, and really reminded me how we all have the capacity to change things, you know, one person at a time. So that, you know, whatever you're doing, whether it's a video or a blog or starting a local community group, going to your children's school and starting something there, we're all, you know, in our different places creating a change. And that just really fired me up and lit this this candle up inside me. That's how it feels, like a candle being lit, way more than before. So if you're not quite sure what lights you up inside, and I don't even mean that in like a cheesy spiritual way, I literally feel like there's something that gets lit up, like a candle being lit by a match, and it went out for me for a few years, and now it's lit up again. That's just the best way I can describe it. But whatever helps you to have that connection, and if you feel like you don't have it, you can ask the universe to help you find it again. And that's what I did, and it suddenly came back to me, and it's getting stronger now. So, you know, life is so much better when you have that connection, because things just feel better. So I hope this video helps you get connected to yours, whatever it is, if you're not connected. And if you are already connected to yours, then that's so cool, and I hope it gets even stronger. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then watch the video again and ask the universe to help you get that connection. I've tried to explain it the best way I can, but it's something kind of mysterious but really tangible at the same time, that you just know, you feel good about what you're doing and as a person. So let me know your thoughts, and I shall put the link to a blog about this below. Okay, so see you soon, and keep soul connecting. It makes everything much better.